Danny Gathon for Pro Boxing Fans in Sheffield, Eddie Hearn. Eddie, 12 rounds, wide win for Dalton Smith, but frustrating night against a negative opponent, is that fair to say?
Yeah, I think the opponent was negative. I mean, he said he was negative because he broke his jaw in the third round from an uppercut or whenever that shot landed. I don't doubt him, but I still think he was quite negative till the uppercut landed. So he just got more negative as the fight went on. And I understand he's trying to survive, but you know, I think on one hand it's great for Dalton Smith to bank the 12 rounds. Second hand, you always want an explosive finish. Third hand, sometimes when it's a solid performance but not spectacular, it's easier to get the fight. We saw that with Boots Ennis. I honestly believe that we got the Stanionis fight because he underperformed against Judazian. And maybe that'll help us get the Puello fight quicker than we're going to get it. I don't know, but Puello is next for Dalton Smith. Whether he gets it in the summer or whether he gets it in September, October, I think that's him now waiting for that fight. And there's nothing else to do. He's beaten top 15 guys. He's won British, Commonwealth, European titles. He's ready to fight for the world title.
Push for time to not go through the full undercard, but a win for Keven Jaro back on a Matchroom show. Him versus Ish Davis, the natural fight to make.
That was within the contract that Keven signed for this fight. So the contract is signed ultimately for Keven Jaro to fight Ishmael Davis. I think it's a brilliant fight, and I think Keven deserves a lot of credit tonight because I think the fight was slipping away from him, and I think he really thought to himself, I need to win this fight. And he was the one that went out and grabbed the fight by the scruff of the neck. Very close fight, by the way. I thought it was a draw I could really see. But he got the win and he battled deep and he lives to fight another day. And now he has a big fight against Ishmael Davis, which if he wins, will put him in another strong position. And that's boxing. It's a game of snakes and ladders.
Just away from tonight, and I know you've done interviews speaking about it, but Chris Eubank Sr.'s comments this week, obviously a big talking point. I just want to ask, what do you think that could potentially do to Chris Eubank Jr., you know, so close to the biggest fight of his career, hearing that from his father?
Look, I think it would give the opposing team, which is us, a great opportunity to really speak out about what was said, you know, and really get, say personal, but it's also a dog move. You're talking about a relationship between father and son that is, sad to see, and I don't. For me, it doesn't have any. There's no value in talking about it because it's something that is not fight related. I wish that his dad was there or involved in this fight, but beyond this fight, and there's a lot more to life than this fight, I hope they work it out because you never want to see it go like that. And for Junior, yeah, maybe it's not easy, but he's I'm sure he's mentally strong enough and he knows himself that what he's got to do next Saturday. For us, all I can talk about is Conor Benn. And I've never seen him in this kind of condition. I've never seen him train so hard. I've never seen him spar so well. This time against big 160 pounders, 168 pounders, 175 pounders. And I'm talking about world-class fighters. He's ready. And I believe he does the job at Tottenham next week.
I'm not sure if you saw, but Senior appeared on Froch and Fighting, and Carl was agreeing with a lot he would have said, and a lot of what Carl was agreeing with sort of went in contradiction with his interview with Conor Benn, which was all very cordial and friendly. Do you think Carl's changed his tune over the past few months? Froch and Fighting was explosive, you were on the receiving end, and it's all gone a bit nicey now?
I don't know, I think Carl depends on Carl's mood. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes things wind Carl up and he'll be outspoken about them, and sometimes he'll be quite cordial about them. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I don't get the whole. Conor Benn's last two fights were at what, 154 pound? Like, okay, he's fighting at 160. Like, and there's this talk about faux outrage seems to be the word at the moment. There's this outrage about Conor Benn. Like, we know what we're in for. We're fighting a bigger guy. We're not fighting Gennady Golovkin, or we're fighting Chris Eubank Jr. I don't think he's very good at world level. I don't think he's anywhere near elite world level. I don't even think he's world-class fighter at this moment in time. Right? Chris Eubank Sr. was a middleweight. He moved up to super middle. Then he fought at light heavy. Then he ended up fighting at cruiserweight against a massive Carl Thompson for the money. Please. The reality is his perception and opinion is skewed because of his lack of involvement. So let the biggest fight in British boxing play out this week and everybody enjoy it, because we don't get nights like this. It's going to be unbelievable.
Last one, just sticking with Carl Froch. Jake Paul taking on the man he didn't want to fight, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
A long time ago. I mean, I remember standing on a beach in Mauritius. I had the Julio Cesar Chavez fight. It was done. Al Heyman phoned me up. They made me a very good offer for the fight. Carl Froch had always wanted to fight in Las Vegas. We had Julio Cesar Chavez in Vegas for a load of money. And Carl just turned around, he went, "Do you know my elbow's a bit sore?" I was like, "What the fuck?" And that was it. He never fought again. That was about 10 years ago, maybe, something like that. Chavez has had a few twists and turns since then. Yeah, so it's a good opponent pick for Jake Paul.
Eddie, thanks very much. Cheers.